Hello everyone and welcome. My name's Simon and we are the Whales of Wall Street. Today we're looking at OMI or OMI on the charts if you're ever looking for it on exchanges. And we're just going to do a quick update here before we go into it. So those that haven't seen it, please watch the intro video to OMI and the VV app to get more of an understanding of the tokenomics and our general perception of the awesome NFT and collectibles platform. So this information here, so just so we're aware, there's currently a circulating supply of 166.29 billion OMI tokens, a total supply and max supply of 750 billion. Now you might think that's a lot, but actually OMI go and burn tokens when people buy and transact things within their platforms. Here is a prime example. So in the last 24 hours, we had announcements. So obviously there's been a lot of Marvel drops this month in terms of August. It's already September, I can't believe it. So here we go. Look, 771 million OMI tokens burned today on 2.5 million US dollar in purchases. Collectible purchases in one day, $2.5 million worth. So 4 billion in OMI burns this month, putting us over 12 billion total. So 4 billion OMI tokens were knocked out of the park, as they say here, within the last month, and that's 12 billion in total thus far. So when you look back at these numbers here on supply, okay, it's not quite put a gigantic dent in there, but over time, this, I can assure you, will drop significantly, and that's where we will get the price discovery, not necessarily this year, but certainly over the next few years. We'll go into the chart in a second, where we can sort of look at some potential price points that we think they may get to in this next bull run coming up for 2021. So keep an eye on their Twitter account. It's always so exciting, to see all the updates they've got, all the different drops they've got as well, and the great partnerships that they get involved with. So let's just go, I guess, into the chart. Now we've covered a couple of those really cool points in terms of updates. For those that haven't already, please do like the video if you find this informative. Subscribe to the channel if you're not done so already, and press the notification bell to make sure that you get notified of all the awesome videos we throw your way. Now let's look at this chart, guys. So we haven't quite hit the highs of what we had around March time, which was literally just over 1 cent, so 0.012, I think, maybe 0.013, apologies, tenth of a cent out there. So we've staggered ourselves into a position in the last sort of 48 hours of getting some really good gains here. If you're looking at it from the chart perspective, of course, price point, there's not too much difference in this, but if you're looking to accumulate OMI tokens, it's definitely worth looking at. You can get them on a multitude of exchanges at the moment. I'll just remind myself of those for you guys as well. So I got mine, I believe, on Bitforex, and let me just double check while that's loading up. So you've got them available on Gate AscendEX, which was Bitmax. Sorry, I think that's where I got mine. I got mine on Bitforex. We'll get it right in a minute. So available on Bitforex, as well as Gate and OKEX. So all available on the USDT pairing. So with OMI, just bear in mind that if you're transferring them across the Mu wallets, you might want to use something like the Go chain for really low fees, and also a reduction in the requirement of OMI tokens needed to transfer through the network. So I think it's something like 2,000 OMI tokens, depending on how many you've got, that you need to put aside in order to pay those fees basically across from the exchange to those kind of wallets. So just bear that in mind. But back to the chart. So we have got a few areas of interest here, and the reason I'm pulling these out is if we look historically, actually there haven't been too many touch points around the area that we are currently residing around. So don't be too surprised if we see continuous volatility in this, because it all at the moment is related to all the kind of drops that occur. And the big volumes that come in tend to be people who are really investing in this for the long term, like myself. I've done my business in OMI early this year. I got it for a very good price, just slightly lower to what it is now. In fact, yeah, it may be even lower than it was in July as well. So I'm holding on to those. You may have noticed our boat says OMI on it, and the idea for that was as soon as OMI gets to $1 one day in the future, I would buy a boat and it would be called OMI as a reward for that. And hopefully it would pay for itself based on the amount of tokens that I have in OMI. So I truly believe what it's about. So yeah, we've got a bit of movement here. The RSI is quite high. It's not fully high. I think there's still room in the tank for improvement on this crypto asset. And the MACD is very much in a positive momentum as well. So the gap is leading the way, as it were. And the volumes are matching that as well, to keep pushing that upwards. So we might see another day or two of this progression, a slow gradual progression. I do like the way it progresses because it's not impactful, like really quick and fast, because if you do that, you most likely get an impact downwards as well. So any corrections we see here might be gradual as well. The next support line that we're trying to achieve was the 0.038. Now we couldn't quite do it today, but that's not to say, because the day's not ended. We still got a few more hours left in terms of the Asian market opening soon as well. So by the time you probably watch this video, if you're in the UK in the morning, there might be a bit more of a change to this visual side of the chart. But we do need to try and get a close off over this kind of area. If you can see back here in 12th, 13th of July, that was kind of like the last time we tested that, and it was very much rejected, and we couldn't quite get ourselves back in there. But what we did do is test 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 times on this level at 0.0035. So if we can get sign off over this mark, it's really positive news for Ecomi and for us to move forwards to the next level up. But like I said, this project is very much based on interaction with the collectibles, with the use of the tokens to buy the NFTs and collectibles on the VV app. So don't get too hyped up about this. I think there's a lot of people shouting out about being $1 this year. Anything is possible in crypto, but I'm going to keep this realistic and say that I'd be absolutely flabbergasted if we get between 4 and 5 cents in this next run, leading up to the big bull run into 21 and potentially into 2022. But I can't really at this stage see us going to $1. There'd be an absolute substantial amount of burns that need to be done to the token in order to achieve that, versus things like market cap and volumes, etc. So let's keep it realistic. If we can get to 4 or 5 cents, I'd be absolutely over the moon with that. And I think anyone else out there that is investing right now or have done over the last few months or this year will feel the same as well. If it goes beyond 5 cents, come back to me and tell me so, and laugh at me, whatever, because I couldn't care less, because that just means it's even better for me because I hold so many of them. So I'd love something like OMI to go over 5 cents, absolutely. But this channel is not about hyping, it's about being realistic. I do genuinely believe we could get to the 4 to 5 cents. We've hit, as I said earlier, in the March sort of area, we got to that sort of one just over 1 cent. So I think with the next big push in the bull run and the big emphasis on Ecomi and VV and all their awesome other drops that they're going to launch throughout the rest of this year and beyond, I truly think that we could get to those kind of price points. So let's see how it plays out. Of course, it might not happen. We might float around 2 or 3. All I know is that we're going historically, hopefully, to beat that 1 cent as soon as we can. And then the world is our oyster after that. So we'll keep an eye on this. We'll keep doing updates, and especially do updates when we hear really good, exciting news from Ecomi. But I thought I'd share this one because it kind of tied in with the news we've seen about all the token bans, and of course the success that they've had with the Marvel drops over the last month or so. So that kind of wraps that up, guys. I hope you found that informative. And we will definitely do another video on Ecomi, like I said, as and when items and news come out that are of importance, and any drastic change in the chart, we'll definitely do an update for you guys as well. So don't worry, you won't miss out on anything. We have got you covered. OMI is indeed our homie. And on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.